Okay, the road by which the Savior comes. It is not a lengthy road that is set before you to meet God. You have only to enter into yourself to find him. Submitted by Janice, and it was stated by Saint Bernard of Claverex, I believe. Enlightened Being. The beauty of both of those different videos, they actually were telling us the same thing. It is so perfect. The world is serving us. We've talked about this so many times. Everything out there keeps spinning and moving and changing according to how much light and understanding we've taken in. It isn't real. It isn't solidified. It's constantly moving. We can't say that something's good or bad in reality. God doesn't judge good and bad. That's why this punishing God that people were so scared of in the Old Testament, it was a necessary step to humanity coming into enlightenment. God doesn't punish, but they had to believe that there was something bigger than them that was going to give them a moral compass, tame them down, not feel that there is no consequences for our behavior. This is so important for us to know that this matrix, as mean and cruel as it appears, is only serving us to recognize our part in all of this, A. B, how we can move beyond that negativity and darkness. And C, how we can become a master through taming our mind, our ego, and working at the highest aspect of ourself. What I find most with all the counseling that I do over these many, many years is that people don't trust that when they pray, God hears you. Your higher self, your angels, your guides, masters, those that are watching over us that have gone through this exact experience. You have to learn to trust. Know that your word is your power when it's spoken in truth. Become very, very quiet. Silently witness your life. And when you know in your heart you have something very important to say, to contribute to a conversation, or to turn that conversation into a view from 5D rather than a 3D, that's when you speak. As you come into power and the enlightenment that is going on a cellular and a molecular level, mentally, physically, emotionally, you're going to find you do not have much to say. You have a lot to experience, to feel the depths of life. Most of the time, we want to protect ourselves from our feelings because it's too painful. But I tell you, you can't even feel love to the degree that you would by putting up walls of protection. There's nothing out there that's going to hurt you. It's what's inside, hidden inside us, that we need to recognize and to do something about. When we see events around us and it's disturbing, the first thing that you as an enlightened being would do is start praying and sending light into the situation. You don't have to figure out what the people's problem is, why people are fighting or yelling or carrying on. You simply need to know that you are the light in the world. Being enlightened means that we are channels of light. And God is moving through us through those channels. And when all 12 channels are cleared and cleaned, we can bring the light of God and manifest instantly with our thoughts and our words. It's a tremendous responsibility. So we ask you, quiet down, become an observer of your life and of life around you, so that you train yourself not to use your voice in a careless way. We weren't meant to be sitting around chattering. We weren't meant to use words frivolously. We were meant to come in and create a world of beauty. But so many miscreations, and we don't even mean it. We're just being a regular person. But at this point, all of you have so much light available to you that your simple conversation can cause great pain. So if you do find yourself saying something about someone, even if it's the absolute truth, add a prayer for them. Remember to bless them when you're done. Yes, you said what you did. That's fine. If you were speaking about the truth of the matter, and follow it up with a prayer for them and a blessing. Being enlightened doesn't mean you are free of any type of darkness, because it isn't reality. As the first video was telling us, we need it all. God wants to bring us through each experience, whether we name it good or bad. God is simply giving us that experience. We need to know every aspect of ourself and the world, and how it manages itself, how other people act, react, or respond to different stimuli. Some things that make other people go absolutely berserk, we would sit there and witness. Being enlightened means that you can look at good and bad, you can look at everything and feel it with such depth. A beautiful song, a beautiful picture, listening to someone sing from their heart and soul. It moves you if you let it. If you feel deeply about life, about others, about yourself, about the planet, about our country, if you feel deeply love for it, that love will heal and bring light into the darkness. These are the days of Elijah. And in these days, everything hidden is being revealed inside us, around us, before us, and behind us. We are to observe. We are not to judge. We are to bless. Lift the frequency through your love. That's an enlightened being, not someone that just sits and educates themselves to the point where their brain is exploding. Live life, experience life. Bring that knowledge that you've already acquired into the world, into your world. Recognize from the things you've learned why things are happening around you the way they are. If you are feeling the pressure inside you because of what you're observing, don't hold it back. It will get its way because all it wants to do is leave you. It isn't having fun anymore because you won't express it. Anger, rage, disappointment, depression, all of that is emotional, mental. You are much more than that. You are the light of God. You are the wisdom of God. You are the truth of God. The light moving through you is God. Perfection. And our job is to reach that potential where we no longer do what we used to do. We're not careless. We don't do things on a knee-jerk reaction. We know that the universe will support us if we're in alignment with truth, and I mean ultimate truth, universal truth. It never varies. Not in eons of time, it will never vary. It's always based on one thing: love. And if you keep it simple, just that one word, we're talking divine love, you will never make a mistake or move out of divine universal law. You can't, because you base your actions on love. So many people don't trust the fact of who they are. They don't. Even though we are told we are divine beings by every person on the planet that knows what they're talking about. We say, okay, why don't I feel like I'm divine? What does divinity feel like? What does it feel like? Is it a gentle breeze? Is it a sunset? Is it peace? What is it for you? It's just being you, genuinely you, not somebody that is with you that you want to be like. Be you. Find comfort in that. To be enlightened is to love yourself, to love the world just the way it is, and everybody and everything in it. Yes, there's terrible things happening. Yes, there is. There's karma playing out. There's miscreations being filtered through. It's brutal out there. If you watch the animal kingdom, They don't apologize for their food and what they have to do to get their food. They don't apologize for doing what they do. They do it instinctively. We have forgotten a lot of our instincts because we don't connect to ourselves with the planet, with nature. We live in our little ivory towers. We need to get out and observe nature. Where Donald lives and where I live, you can't help but be part of that. It's everywhere around you. When you live in the city, it's a little harder, but there's still nature around you. Choose to observe how it moves. It doesn't ask you for permission to build a nest, a bird who knows she's going to have eggs coming. She doesn't ask you or anybody. She builds the nest. She watches over her babies, and then she starts feeding them. I have a robin's nest right under my porch from this office that I'm in, my studio. I can watch her taking care of her babies. And when they were ready, she literally booted them out of the nest. She didn't question her instincts. She did what was necessary so that these babies can learn to fly. We need to learn to fly. We need to trust who we are. We need to be authentic and start acting like masters until we become it. There's nothing here to fear. Nothing. And if fearsome things happen around you, face it. You created that, and now you need to bless it clean. Wash it in your love and light. I was born shaking, and I shook my whole childhood. I was so scared of everybody and everything because I knew what I had to do to clean up inside. Instinctively, I knew. And I was very afraid to face myself. But I did it because it was inevitable. Every time a master asks you to stretch your spiritual muscles, if you say no, and I'm not ready, they'll say fine and let you still go through the things that you're going through until you decide, do it now or do it later. But I'm going to have to go through this, and I'm going to have to walk right into the situations that I need to clean up. Once you believe that you are a divine being and there's nothing impossible to you, you start to get it. You will walk boldly through your life. You will not cowtail or get frightened by anybody. There's nobody different than you. No matter what position in life they are in, they're just like you. And if you're in your power and you know who you are, you will not hold back being who you are. You will say what you know you need to say and do what you need to do. But when we're afraid, when we hold back, when we don't want to hurt people, or we're afraid of not being liked if I do this or if I say that, only if you haven't cleaned that up in yourself will you get backlashed. If you've cleaned that up in yourself, you can say whatever to that person, and they will not get angry at you. But I guarantee you, if you try to correct somebody and you still have that in you, they will whiplash you and it'll come right back at you. And that's how you know this is mine too. And they came to me to show me something that I did not want to look at inside myself. But boy, could I see it outside me. So what is an enlightened being? It's someone that accepts life as it presents itself and loves people, not because they're doing bad things or not stopping the love because they do bad things. You bless them to help them to stop doing bad things. The world is perfect. The planet is perfect. It's us that lost our way. All of you have been working diligently on yourself, even if it doesn't appear that you are. Sit down in the morning and look at everything and be so grateful for your life. And if there are things that you're not grateful for, change your mind about it. If you walk around saying I'm sick and I'm tired and I don't have money and all the negatives, the universe is literal. It's going to go, oh, okay, don't have money. Oh, be sick. But if you say in the face of everything, even if it isn't happening yet, that I am health, I am abundance, I am righteous, I am truth, I am the light. You keep saying it until you convince yourself and reprogram your mind. Reprogram your mind so that that message isn't running through you. And on every level of your being, you'll start translating into an enlightened being. Enlightened. Not only will you feel light, but you will also understand life better. You'll come to say, oh, I get it. I know why this is happening. Nothing comes at us if it's not inside us. Remember that. Nothing bad happens unless we hold that in our consciousness. Whatever you resist will persist. So if you keep saying, I am bad and I know I did bad things, the more that you resist just getting past that belief that you're bad, the more that you'll have experiences to bring it to you, to show you you need to change your mind, not think like that anymore. But when things come up inside you and it's just tearing you apart, that's the holy moment that it's left wherever it was hiding inside you. It came up in a layer so that you could get rid of it. Just get rid of it. It's old. It doesn't serve you anymore. You want the life that you dream about, that you know that you can have. You don't have to wait till you die and go to heaven. You can bring heaven into this world. You create it inside you. And then everything in your world will be in order, will be orderly, will be peaceful. When things happen around you, it's not coming at you to hurt you. It's because it's your greatest fear. Release that belief. Free yourself so that you don't have to go through these experiences. The universe will not waste one moment or one unit of energy on something you don't need. When you believe that you are the light and the bringer of light and love, that's all you need to know and believe. And then you will act accordingly. Your world will reflect that. But you need to unload. Now, we're going to play a song. It's the lyrics that I want you to listen to, and I want you to feel how these words and how it comes out of this man's being. And whatever happens to you, just let it happen. Donald?
Earth to God, come in, God. I know you're there, hearing our prayers wherever you are. We need you now to send your love down. Take away the pain in your holy name. We ask this now. We need your light, we need your love to heal the world you made. And save us now in our darkest hour with your amazing grace. Earth to God. We're holding on, but not for long. Can you pull us all close to the Holy Ghost and keep us strong? We need your light, we need your love to heal the world you made. And save us now in our darkest hour with your amazing grace. Earth to God. To God, come in, God.
Did you feel that? Did you feel that in your heart? Did it bring tears to your eyes? But guess who he's talking to? His own higher self. God moves through us and guides us from within. We are asking our own higher self, keep sending in the light, and our higher self does exactly what we've asked. And when the light comes in, anything that is not vibrating at that frequency is going to come up. And in the grace that we get from the universe, we beg to become a higher version of ourselves. And the universe answers us, but not in the way that you think. The universe is going to give you experiences that shows you what's blocking that light, your greatest fears, so that you can do something. And what do we do with it? We unload it. We unload it. Now you listen to songs like that, and it's going to move you emotionally. And then you can do a purge up like you've never done, because it's going to move you and open you up for a good cry, or to get angry at the things that just feel like it's just never going to end. Never going to end, but it will end. It all starts and ends with us doing what we need to do. Do you see the power you have? God is inside you as your higher self, as light, as love. You have reached enough frequency where you can do this. You can do this. Nobody's going to save you, except guess who? Could it be me? But only for myself. And each one of you, you can do this. Nobody out there is going to save you, because that wouldn't help you. Every time you save somebody, their pain, you're interrupting them from growing and from having the full experience, so that they can get sick of being so needy, so scattered, always having trauma. Every time you turn around, there's another dilemma. They need to go through it just like we do. Fully experience it so they can become masters of it. You see? That's an enlightened being. Knowing when to speak and when to be silent, when to act and when to step back. Not only for others, but especially for ourselves. That's an enlightened being. You'll become a master, just like those that we pray to. Someone that has mastered 3D and 4 negative and 4D and reached that first step of heaven. Consciousness, a heavenly consciousness. But it takes training, and that's what this is all about here on Earth. We're being trained so that we can enter that state of consciousness. You're all mighty soldiers, warriors of light. And you've conquered other dimensions. You've conquered so much over the eons that your soul has been working. And look at you now. No more murderer. No more hate. Yeah, we hate certain things, like some kids hate spinach. That's different. That's different. Love life. Start with yourself. And let all the other negative things that we think about go. Let it go. Because all you do is recreate another opportunity to enter into that same place that we hate to go. Just take care of it inside you so you don't have to have those experiences. You can walk out boldly into the world knowing that you are a bringer of light. And wherever you go that day, you are going to bring beauty, light, and love wherever you are. When a car passes you and almost slams you when they come back because another car is coming right at them, you slow down, you send a blessing. Not what my husband did today. He wasn't blessing anybody after that happened. And I kept out loud saying what would have been the best scenario. And he got very quiet. And he shook his head like this. He can't believe me. But I believe me because I know what's right. I don't just ask that I'll be safe on the roads. I ask that everybody on the road with me gets to their destination and back home safely. I don't think I'm special. I just think I'm awake and aware that everybody needs that blessing. And when I'm on the road, nobody's up on my tail like they were today when Charlie was driving, because I'm loving everybody around me. I'm not gonna be in any way feeling like I'm in trouble or in danger. If I do approach an area where I feel it's unsafe, I send light and I use my energy to hold anything back. And Debbie Russo knows exactly what intersection I'm talking about. And I hold everything back that is going to be coming from the crossroad because I know how dangerous that intersection is. Instead of being fearful and drawing something to me because of my fear, be a master at all times. When you're with people, show them what they can accomplish by staying in their center, by resting no matter what's going on, and to be a light in the world. While everybody else is screaming in fear, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, the world is coming to an end, oh, the sky is falling. Yeah, well, it's not going to fall on you. Not if you don't believe it. You know God is watching over you. Believe it. Archangel Michael has his eye on every one of you. But you do have to call. Call when you need it. With God, I can do all things, but without God, I can do very little. If I'm struggling, I know I forgot to ask for help. So if you're struggling when you're trying to do something, ask for help. I ask with authority. I'm not afraid to ask. Nobody up there is too busy. This is why they're alive, to be in service. And you are too. We are in service. There's nothing more holy than to be in service to God. Nothing. Does that mean it's a job and it's not going to be fun? No. No. It will give you a sense of worth and worthiness. It will make you feel so good that you could be in a position to help and to serve. Just remember that. You belong to God, and God belongs to you. So to be enlightened, it isn't about how much you know. It's how much you love. That's the most important thing. Not like a doormat. Not like someone who's desperate to have love given to them, but because it's your nature and it brings you great joy. You can never feel like it's enough because you can never give enough love. So great masters, in the making. That is an enlightened being. So everybody get into a nice straight position. Get your spine straight so that this infinity thing will work really nicely. Okay, start breathing nice and rhythmically, and you're going to breathe in as the light comes up your right foot into your leg, crossing your body up into your head, swings it around towards your right shoulder and cross your body. Breathe out as it's going down through your left leg. Actually, from the time you're at your shoulder, you're blowing out into the light, into the earth. And then loop up, right leg, breathing in as you bring up that light, spin it around your head, down to your shoulder, across your body and out your leg, and you're exhaling. I'll count 14 rounds that I do, and then we'll do the figure 8 around our waist, kind of like a hula hoop thing. Okay, let us begin. Breathe in as you bring the light in your right foot. Ready, go. That was 14. Now turn the figure 8 in front of you and behind you. Breathe in as it comes forward into the front. Breathe out as it goes to the back of the figure 8. We're going to do it 4 times. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And now the light will be coming up like petals around you and seal you hermetically. Your entire Merkaba will be covered with the light. Nothing but love can penetrate this hermetic seal. Okay, in front of us is the path to go up. We're going to be going upwards. It looks like a cloud we're walking on, but it's a solid surface. Keep going forward. We're all going together. Let go of your thoughts and just experience the walk. There's nothing to think about. Your body is becoming lighter and lighter as we walk up the path. There's a beautiful sound around us, like a humming sound. Keep going up the path. And in the distance, we see the rainbow doorway to take us wherever we're going tonight. Okay, we've reached the doorway. Let's one at a time go through the doorway. And when each one of us sees that we're all there, we're going to form a circle. Let's all hold hands in the circle. There is a great being standing in the center of the circle. Visualize who it is that you see in the center of the circle. It will be someone that works with you on a regular basis. And what he's saying to us is we're going to form a larger circle around the entire planet tonight with millions upon millions of light workers just like us that are going to be praying tonight for the planet and all life upon her. And as I'm speaking these words, thus we seem to be expanding away from each other, although we're holding hands. And the last person on each end of this group will be connecting with the others that are also having this experience from all over the world. We're all holding hands and looking down at the earth. And we're far enough away to see the beauty of this planet. I want you to think the most blessed thoughts is what this great being is telling us. And project your love to whatever countries, whatever beings, whatever animals, plants, whatever it is, or all of it. And with all your love, see light coming out of you, out of your heart, out of your pores, out of your eyes, your forehead, pouring this light into the earth. I'm going to be quiet for a little bit until we come back to the great master. Concentrate on whatever it is that you want to bring light to. Tell God what you're doing. Be focused and breathe. Now the great master said to pick a country that you love or that your relatives came from this lifetime, or both, and send love specifically to that area in the world. And now the great master is saying, pick a place in the world that you feel is in the worst conflicted situation that needs the light more than any place else on the planet, and direct the light there. If you think of several places, he says, then please send it there as well. The great master is saying that our group should link hands again in a circle around him. And all the other groups are going back to where they came from. And we're standing in the midst of this beautiful field with this being so radiant and beautiful in the center of our circle. He has a message for each one of us. Listen carefully. It may be just one word, or it may be a sentence or more. Listen carefully. Now look up, he says, and see your guardian angel hovering above you. See what color the angel is. And he said you would know from the color of the angel what ray you came in on. He's thanking us for our service. And he's lifting up above us until we can't see him anymore. Let's get up and go over to the doorway. We're not far from it. Go through the rainbow doorway. And let's start making our way back down. So easy going down. Our bodies, we start to feel the weight of it. And soon we're back in our room. And when you're ready, open your eyes and